Marth and Lucina are very simple, clean, and heavily fundamental based. These elegant zoners are overall balanced when it comes to speed and power, and are very dependent on precision and spacing. Their biggest weakness is the parry system. They also struggle to land, as well as they might have a hard time against anyone with more range than them, and projectiles. The tip of Marth's sword is much more powerful than the rest of the sword, while Lucina's is balanced throughout the sword, which can make her a bit more reliable overall. However, having better accuracy with Marth will grant you much bigger rewards, as his sweet spots or tippers have much more power than Lucina's sword. Marth can also use his sour spots to true combo into things that Lucina wouldn't be able to pull off. She is, however, a bit more beginner friendly than Marth, as she teaches you the game in a very clean way. Their objective is to completely zone out the opponent from the middle stage, juggle them at low percents, get them off stage at higher percents, and edgeguard. They can easily and quickly cover any area in front, behind, above, and below. All of their aerials work the same against shield. They can buffer an aerial or land it. If you buffer an aerial against shield, it won't be safe no matter how you space it most of the time, as after it gets blocked, you'll still be airborne and can easily get punished out of shield. The buffered aerials are much more for anti-airing and edge guarding. If you land an aerial, however, as low as possible against shield, it'll always be safe. If you space it, you're able to shield right after to punish quick aerials out of shield. Thus, the shield can be used as a bait, or just do a landed aerial into a quick aerial to stuff out slow or low ranged out of shield options. This can obviously also potentially be done with a grounded follow-up. If you don't space the aerial but still end up landing it very low, it'll still be good pressure, as their shield grab attempt can be spot dodged, full hopped out of, or dolphin slashed, up air being the safest option to land with. These options will still lose to a quick aerial, up smash, or up special out of shield, however, and so you can shield as a mix-up to bait these out and punish it. You can also land the aerial towards them to cross them up and mix them up, and it will make shielding after the cross-up pressure safer since you don't risk getting grabbed. You can still buffer an aerial towards an opponent and end up crossing up, but it's still punishable. And so, if you're going to pressure with something like a neutral air, it's best to slightly delay the aerial as you jump, so you end up landing with it to make it safer. Landing aerials aren't only good against shield, but they also give you a bigger reward if hit, since they'll combo into another grounded move at low percents, or combo to an aerial at high percents to potentially kill, or set up for an edge guard. Neutral air is their fastest aerial out of shield, and will allow Marth to kill at high percents if tippered. Jumping in with it at low to mid percents will allow you to start a combo. At low to mid percents, it'll allow Marth to score a kill. If you land with the first hit of neutral air, it'll combo into anything. Lucina's forward air and back air will start launching opponents for a tech situation around 30% till around 50-60%. Marth's sweet spot will start forcing a tech situation slightly earlier, but will also start launching them too far away much earlier, while his sour spots will start forcing a tech situation from 40% till around 90%. You can also full hop forward air or back air to directly punish full hops, and then either land with another one while spacing it, or cross up to pressure the ground. You are also able to short hop forward air and double jump forward air before you land, or dancing blade before you land. Down air is decent as an out of shield option to punish low profiling right under you. It'll only spike on frame 11 and the hitbox is placed in the middle of the sword. Landing with this hitbox will allow you to combo. and for Marth, it can lead into forward smash if landed as well. Buffering and up air can be really good for punishing opponents above you and juggling. If landed, it'll lead into up tilt, and at mid to high percents, it'll lead into back air or up air. Marth is able to connect his sour spot into sweet spots as well for a kill. Now, as good as landed aerials are against shield, they will start to become easily punishable with parries, however, as soon as they are predictable, thus forcing more of a creative playstyle where you also need to start finding tomahawk grabs, dancing blades, and clever dash dances. Besides edgeguarding and ledge trapping, they have two more very significant strengths. The first is that their forward air and back air out of shield doesn't only punish grounded opponents in front really quickly, but it also anti-airs them if they short hop, as well as most full hops. This is important to remember, as releasing shield to find a punish is not only slow, but ineffective against full hops. This is a huge privilege, as most characters have to full hop out of shield with an aerial to punish a full hop, while Lucina's and Marth's will just beat out 3 options automatically. Their second strength is the shield breaker, which basically breaks any shield that's slightly damaged. This means that the opponent can only block one single grounded move or aerial. If they try shielding another one too quickly, it can be broken. And so because of this, they condition forth a ton of rolls or jumps to take advantage of throughout the game. It's actually their longest ranged move. It can be angled upwards and downwards. It becomes stronger and will deal slightly more shield damage as you charge it. It can also be charged off stage to potentially help you recover, and it can be B-reversed to help you land. Marth's shield breaker has a sweet spot that will kill earlier if connected. Dancing Blade is your main way of whiff punishing and mixing up your aggression. It's also used to punish spot dodges. Swinging forward 4 times, however, is not how you use this move, mostly because the third forward swing has the most amount of knockback, excluding the 4th hit. And so the only time to ever use the third forward swing is when Marth is at close range and looking to set up for a tipper 4th hit. Otherwise, you'll find that the opponent keeps getting out of the combo. Instead, at low percents, if you are really close to the opponent, you'll want to do forward, forward, up, up. Mostly because it's way more effective to set up for a juggle than it is launching the opponent away from you. If you're spaced at max range, you'll want to do forward, forward, down, forward. Otherwise, there's a chance that the last upward swing might miss. At higher percents, if you are really close to the opponent, you'll want to do forward, forward, down, forward. And if you are at max range, you'll want to do forward, up, down, forward. Finishing it off with the downward swing deals the most amount of damage, but won't set up into anything, unlike launching them upwards. Unless the character that you are facing is too hard to juggle, then you can do downwards. In the air, it can be B-reversed to help you land even easier since it's faster than Shield Breaker. You can also B-reverse it as you ledge jump, by basically pressing ledge jump and dancing blade towards the blast zone and quickly reversing it, giving you way more mix-up options, especially since you'll still have your double jump left. Dolphin Slash is a quick, safe, and good recovery, which can even be used offstage as an edgeguarding or gimping tool. It's their fastest out of shield option and it can start killing at high percents. Because it has intangibility at the very start of the move, it can also become a really good combo breaker, unless it's predictable. Counter is most effective when you use it to edgeguard recoveries with active hitboxes, or to punish opponents that try to land with a powerful aerial. Jab is only meant for safely punishing opponents releasing shield against shield pressure. Keep in mind though that the jab will not cover jumps out of shield, as well as it's very punishable against shield. Otherwise, it's used to reset opponents with the first swing. Forward tilt can be used as a follow-up after a landed aerial to stuff out any aggressive options. It won't cover full hop out of shield, however. It's safe against shield if spaced. It's also good on its own to punish aggressive approaches, just like using forward smash or back air. You can also pivot cancel it as a burst option. Hitting the forward tilt with Lucina at low percents can force a tech situation. Marth's sweet spot will start forcing a tech even earlier, but stops at mid percents, while his sour spots can set up for a tech situation at high percents, and potentially set up for a kill. Down tilt is their safest grounded move. It's simply used for poking and pressuring from a distance to carefully observe your opponent's choices out of shield, so you can learn how to punish them accordingly. It's also a good follow-up after an aerial, as it'll give them a low profile and allow them to dodge certain out of shield options. At mid percents, Marth's sweet spot will start launching the opponent for a tech situation, and at high percents, the sour spot starts doing the same. Lucina's will start launching them into a tech situation at mid-high percents. Before that, you'll have to make a read on what the opponent will do after they've gotten pushed back. If you dash back and hold the control stick down and slightly behind you and press A, you'll be able to do an immediate dash back down tilt. Lucina's forward smash is very strong, and Marth's is one of the strongest punishes in the game if tippered. It's punishable against shield, however. Down smash can be a quick and strong option out of a perfect shield. It's also really good after a down tilt to punish a missed tech, and if they rolled in, you'll catch it as well. Otherwise, it is only used to try punishing a ledge stall. Up tilt is mainly used as an anti-air and juggling tool. Once you connect it at low percents, you can full hop up air to hit opponents double jumping and put them in an even worse spot. Up smash is a strong killing move that can be used as a hard commitment against rolls in. It can also be used as an out of shield option to cover your surroundings, since they have a hitbox around their feet that push the opponent up into the sword hit. Other than that, it can be used as a hard commitment against certain full hops and ledge jumps. Lucina's up smash is generally stronger, however Marth's sweet spot is way stronger. Dash attack is a risky option to try whiff punishing, especially since it loses to shield. It can also be used to deny double jumps very close to the ledge. All of their throws are really good, mostly because it gets even harder to get through their sword once you are thrown in a bad position. Down throw is going to be your main throw at low percents, to around 30-40%, mainly because it combos into a full hop up air if they don't DI or DI away from 0 to 60%, and back air if they DI behind you from 0 to 10%. And so you'll want to DI behind them every time to avoid the aerial. However, you can still get punished for trying to escape. The higher the percent gets, the more strict these combos get, meaning they might be able to air dodge, which is still something that you can punish. They could also double jump, but it'll always be hit by the up air or back air, meaning it's unsafe to double jump out of until they get above 20% if DI'd behind them, since losing your double jump here will only put you in a way worse disadvantage. Above that percentage, you'll want to forward throw or back throw to set up for an edge guard, which every character can struggle against. Up throw is only meant for killing the opponent at really high percents. Ledge trapping is where Marth and Lucina shine. It all starts with being in range for down tilt to pressure the ledge stall, as you can now safely threaten with down tilt or forward smash to have the opponent press an option either as soon as possible or at the very end of their invincibility. This makes you the dictator of when they press a ledge option and will help you in reacting to their options. The down tilt in itself can punish double jumps as well, with some luck or good timing. And if it hits, it'll most likely lead into an edge guard that leads into a kill, meaning some characters are limited to only using ledge attack, regular get up, or ledge roll, which can all be reacted to with a grab or spaced out. Ledge jump is something that you can punish straight above you or behind you easily, as well as you can directly cover it with a preemptive forward tilt, a greedy forward smash, but most importantly a short hop delayed neutral air that is very slightly micro-spaced backwards for extra safety. This neutral air should not be fast fallen so that it lasts for as long as possible, allowing Lucina to set up for more edge guards and Marth to score kills against ledge jumps, regular get-ups, get-up attack, and even double jumps back in. Rolls are the only option you'll need to react to by fast falling and covering right behind you. Forward air could of course also be used instead of neutral air in some cases, as it comes out faster but lasts for less frames. Even if they happen to shield the aerial after a regular get-up, because you've slightly microspaced yourself back during the aerial, the opponent is in an equally bad spot as hanging at the ledge. Once spaced correctly, you'll limit the opponent to immediately full hop out of shield, roll, or try punishing out of shield, which you can shield and punish yourself. Holding shield and stalling can result in a shield break, and so no matter what, a spaced aerial against cornered opponents will always cause stress, as well as hitting an aerial sets up for an edge guard. This also means that their worst position is when they are cornered and pressured, or at the ledge, as they don't really have that many great ways of getting back to stage. Except for regular get-up, rolls, or ledge attacks, they're able to ledge jump forward air and cover the ground and the air, but if they hit a shield, they'll get punished. They're also able to double jump in with an immediate aerial to hit opponents, which also loses to shield. To beat a shield, they'll need to double jump in with a delayed aerial and cross up a shield. It's a bit risky, however, since if they get hit out of shield before the delayed aerial hits the shield, they'll be off stage without a double jump and susceptible to being edge guarded and killed. Thank you guys for watching. These videos take a lot of hard work and time to do, so if you want to support this series, I'd be very grateful if you'd make it worth it for me by supporting me on my Patreon. And for the Patreons I already have, thank you guys for all the support.